Youth are the power.
Yeah. Now, Anjelina is also 23 years old, and she is a track and field athlete originally from South Sudan. She was 6 years old when she was forced to leave her home, and since the age of 7 has been living in the Kakuma camp in northern Kenya, which is the second largest refugee camp in the world. It's home to 200,000 people, approximately. And Anjelina was selected by the International Olympic Committee to compete in Rio this past summer. And yeah. So, Anjelina, before you went to Rio, we were saying earlier that you actually hadn't heard of the Olympics. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you feel when you got to Rio and you understood what an enormous thing this was?
You know, the first time when we were still training,
Yeah.
because it was really hard for us for the selection. We are very many in the camp, and for the selection to take place, it was still difficult.
Yeah.
But by the time when we were selected, I was so happy to be one of them.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't know what is the meaning of the Rio,
Yeah.
because I have never heard of the Rio. Yeah, so it was the happiest thing in my life.
Will you tell us what you felt when you walked into the stadium at Rio?
Okay, it was so exciting, so amazing for the first refugee to enter in that big that big stadium. So for us, it was really a hope for the refugee. You know, in the refugee, they have been taken as in, most of the time, people see the negative thing towards the refugee. They have never taken the refugee as a human being like the other people, forgetting that the refugee, they are human being like the other people. What matters is just only the status. And this status of the refugee, it can be changed. Yeah. The time when you enter in the Malakana Stadium, we see the hope for the refugee.
Yes.
Because right now I'm here representing the refugee as the ambassador. Yeah. Refugee, they have been displaced, something like 65.3 all over the world. Yeah. And for us, the time when we enter in the Malakana Stadium, it was so amazing for us. We see the hope for the refugee all over the world.
Anjelina said that before we were in darkness and now we have hope. So when you go back to the Kakuma camp, which you will return to after Ottawa, you're training to compete in Tokyo 2020, is that right?
Yeah.
And she's going for the gold next time. And is it correct that you're also training other athletes in the camp as well?
Okay. In fact, there are so many athletes in the camp.
Yeah.
We were only selected 5 and 10 from the other part. So we were 10 all over the world. Yeah. But we left our colleague outside. Yes. Right now they are really training very hard. I believe maybe they will be given the chance to the next Olympic. Because right now they see us, we are reluctant, but they are coming with that pressure.
I asked Anjelina if she was nervous about coming onto the stage, in a room like this, and then she showed me a picture of the Rio Stadium, which puts us a bit to shame. And James is a fellow Olympian. He is also a runner originally from South Sudan, who also left his home. James left South Sudan in order to avoid becoming a child soldier. He was 13 years old when his father was killed in the Second Sudanese Civil War. And he too made a home in Kakuma, though him and Anjelina didn't know each other until they went to Rio. Is that right?
Yeah.
James is also a fellow rap enthusiast. 50 Cent, just in case you were wondering. And James was also selected by the IOC to compete on the refugee team in Rio. And James, will you tell us a little bit about the Nairobi training camp that you trained in, what it's like?
All right. About the training at the camp, as we told you that we are so many there.
Yeah.
So the training before, as my fellow told you, it was so hard for us to catch up, you see. Because before we are not runners,
Yeah.
but the time we came to the camp, we have to do the training for us at least to adapt the environment. But the first time we are adding so many injuries, you see, because of the shoes, because of the
shoes.
and then environment also. So, but from there we try to make it until it reached at a time our body adapted to the environment, and that's why we made it.
And you said that the training camp was like a little United Nations.
Yeah, I say like that because we are many there. We are from different countries.
Yeah.
We had some guys from Somalia, from DRC Congo, South Sudan, Ethiopia, and then there's some guy from Kenya. But those guys from Kenya are the one who are showing us how to train, because we don't have that experience. It's like we are in the darkness, you see. We are just running without knowing where we are going.
That's how I run.
Yeah.
Basically.
So, so since we interact with them, at least now we know how to run. They show us the way, and that's why I normally say thank you for them, because that experience we learn from them.
And James was saying to me that when they were in Rio, they used to go and watch each other's events to support each other. What made you happy at Rio, James?
All right. We are doing that because you see, there's one thing in common. All of us were refugees.
Yes.
Since we met one another, it is a good thing, because the sport now, it brings us together.
Yeah.
We are together now. We know one another.
And you take care of each other.
Yeah, of course. So it is very important that we have to support one another. When this person is competing, we have to go there, all of us.
Yeah.
Showing that we love one another, showing that we have unity, you see.
That's lovely.
Yeah,
Thanks.
so it is very important that
Will you also tell everyone here today what you told me earlier, which is that in the Kakuma camp, most of the refugees had never seen TV before they watched you and Anjelina run at Rio.
Yeah.
What was that like when you came back to the camp?
All right. Before we start the competition, the president of IOC, he called us. He told us that we are going to put a TV in the Kakuma refugees camp, so that the guys will be watching.
And there was no TV in Kakuma before that?
No.
Okay.
So the guys, they are watching the races, the time we are running.
Yeah.
So the time we left the Rio, we are going back to Kenya, they are eager to see us. See, they pressurized the foundation that we need to see these guys, let them come and brief us about the Rio, until they allow us to go there. The time we reached there, it was a very big celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys were so happy. Then they asked us so many questions about the Rio, about the running. Is it hard? How did you see the running? Is it okay?
Is it hard? It is hard.
Yeah, they're asking.
Okay.
Can we join you? Yeah, we tell them, yeah, this one is about if you commit yourself to do it, automatically you will make it. Because if you don't have that passion, you see, to do it, it will be difficult.
Yeah.
You will run away because you will see that you will not make it. Because of that, also we buy them some balls.
You bought footballs, is that right?
Yeah. We take to the camp. Before we distribute those balls, we call all the youth, all the guys who normally play football.
Yeah.
We advise them about the talent that they had. Because when you have this talent, you have to know what to do. The running or football, you don't have to become lazy, you see. You have to work hard. You have to wake up in the morning. You have to go for the training in the evening. And it is very important. It is your roles to do it. Because you want it to, you want it to take you somewhere, you see. It may be your future. Yeah.
Just remember in 2020 that we were here with 2 future gold medalists. Yes? Now, our